Hello, hello, hello. This is the vlogs, and this is Sunday. I believe it is March the 20th. And here on the East Coast, it is 1:11 p.m. So I am coming live just to give you all an update to the update on my vegan journey. So everything is still going as planned. I am still vegan. I have not caved in. As I stated, I've done this several times before, but this time it might be a permanent lifestyle change for me. And the reason why is because I've explained to everyone that I have high cholesterol issues and it's hereditary. It has nothing to do with anything except I just have high cholesterol and it's hereditary on my mother's side. Um, Diabetes also runs on my mother's side, but I did not, thank you, God, I did not, that is one thing that I do not have. Um, thank God I don't have that. But yes, so I'm still doing vegan. As a matter of a fact, today I was going to make homemade chickpea patties, but I didn't realize I didn't have any more chickpeas. So I'm going to see if I can use another bean instead. Black bean burgers they're actually good. An easy way to do it is if you can either do it the true old school way and buy a bag of black beans, season them to taste, and put them in a crock pot. Let them cook for about 8 hours, and voila, you have some. You can also put a little bit of smoke flavor in there to give it a good, give it a good smoky taste. And that right there. Oh, and then after you do that, you put them in a food processor, or you can just mash them up if you get a potato masher and just smash them up, but not too fine. But that's one way you can do it. Or you can get a can of black beans, Goya black beans, or whatever kind you like, and you clean them off really good, and you just cook them for a little bit, and then you take them and you put them in the food processor, or again a potato masher. You mash them up real good, add your seasoning to it, and you have um, black bean burgers instead of buying them from the store, because they are um, loaded with fillers when you buy them out of the grocery store. So I try to just make my own, whichever way that I can, just do things in the kitchen the old school way as much as possible. Um, yeah, and beside that, things are still going good. My cholesterol is down. I'm on my phone and I'm looking at my laptop at the same time, so I can't get into my insurance so that I can see what it was, but it is down. It's down tremendously. It can go down a little bit more, but they say in their eyes, they say it's good, but I think it can be better, in all honesty. So yeah, on that note, everything is going good. I am also fasting. Fasting is very, very important. That's something that I've been doing for years. Fasting helps your food to digest easier, much easier. So sometimes I'll fast for 16 hours to give myself a smaller window, 16 to 18 hours. It depends, to give myself a small window to eat, but it's one good healthy meal. And I normally do that on Sundays, but I wasn't prepared. So I've been fasting now. I'm about to stop. It's been about a good 13 hours. And I'm going to stop so that I can make me a shake and figure out which beans I'm going to eat today. See like I said, see if I can make with what I have. I have some garbanzo beans and something else over there. Something else over there. So I'm going to see what I have, you know, in the cupboard, and I'll go from there. But there is another thing that I do add to my shake. I don't know if I told you all last time. I do a scoop and a half of protein powder. I do a handful of strawberries, maybe 10 strawberries. If you have a banana, I don't do a lot of banana. I do like break off a piece and then I freeze the other parts, like a fourth of the banana, not half, but a fourth. And some almond milk, or you can do the creamy oat milk, which is pretty good. And I put the flax seeds in and I add water. And that is it. You don't need anything else because the protein powder does have the vanilla flavor does have a sweetness to it. And I always, always, always get vanilla because vanilla goes with anything. The vanilla protein powder. They do have a cookies and cream. I said that I might try one day, but I don't know if I want to be stuck with something like that. I just don't know. We'll see. And tomorrow I am going to make another chocolate shake. And the chocolate shake is avocado, not a whole avocado. If you're doing maybe, let's say, two and a half, three drinks, you can just use a half and freeze the other half of the avocado. Or better yet, you can buy the frozen pieces of avocado. They sell them in all the grocery stores. Um, the avocado, some unsweetened cocoa powder, the oat milk or the almond milk. If you do oat milk, again, do creamy because I'm not a big oat milk fan. I guess because I've been using almond for so many years. Almond or oat milk. You can do a little dash of vanilla, or you can leave that out. Chocolate powder, cocoa powder, chocolate powder. Let me see. So we got the unsweetened cocoa powder. You have your protein powder. You have your oat milk or almond milk. You have your avocados. And you can put, again, a little piece of banana. That'll add to the sweetness. And it does taste like a chocolate shake. And then on top of that, you can put they have the almond whipped cream on top. You can put some, I don't care, the shaved chocolate. Put some shaved chocolate on top of that. And Lord, that thing is so good. You have a chocolate milkshake. But yes, again, things are going well. Um, I might even this week I'm not going to make a protein pancake. I might just see if I can make some waffles, or you can buy those vegan waffles already made. I might do that. Hey, Manny, you can do that also. But either way, they're still good. But there's something. Now let's switch to something else. So I saw this, I logged on and I sent this to TC. HBCU students share angst and resilience at congressional hearing on bomb threats. So this is still going on. This is something that has been happening for years. People call into these to the black historic colleges, and these bomb threats. And I don't understand why is this still going on. So let me read a little bit of this. One by one, student leaders representing several historically black colleges and universities across the country described to the House Committee on Oversight and Reform on Thursday their anguish over the recent let me say again, racially charged threats their educational institutions have faced, while emphasizing their resolve to move forward. Why are we still going here? Why is this still being discussed over and over again? You know why? Because it's still happening. It's still happening. Okay, I see this also. Some students were too nervous and paranoid to attend classes for the remainder of the week following the threats. One university student said, "This is ridiculous." And we still have to go through this. It's 2022 and we are still going through this. I don't understand. For the life of me, I don't understand. Hey, Angela. Angela. Hey, TC. I was reading the what I sent you. What was that? Either yesterday or I think I sent it to you yesterday. the about the threats to the historic black colleges and universities. I don't know why I'm so tongue tied, but yes, I just don't understand. That would be a really good topic for. I don't know if they have time to talk about that for Polo and Almond Brown, because I wouldn't have you wouldn't have even known about it had you not logged into NBC News. I mean, I don't understand that. They're not even making a big. I don't understand why this isn't being a big deal isn't being made about this. That makes no sense to me. Hold up, let me read this. On January 31st and again on February 1st, that's crazy. Hold up, of Black History Month, 24 HBCUs received threats that bombs were going to explode on their campuses. Since the beginning of the year, at least 36 HBCUs have received 54 such threats. Morehouse College in Atlanta received a bomb threat on Tuesday, prompting students to shelter in place. These threats have been made these threats have been made, officials told the committee, through phone calls, emails, instant messages, and online posts. Any threat to these historic institutions cannot stand without severe consequences, said Representative Byron Donalds, Republican Florida, who first called for the hearing in February and subsequently helped the coordinate help to coordinate the proceedings. It is incumbent upon this committee to demand answers on these disturbing attacks and reassure students, faculty, and staff of the HBCU committee that their fundamental right to safety, okay, right to safety, adequate education, and overall well-being is protected. Again, why are we still going through this? Why are we still going through this? This is ridiculous. They've been doing this for years. To anybody that's in the chat that went to a historically black college, they have been doing this for years. They were doing it when I was in college. I'm sure TC, but back then, I mean, we didn't have the technology that we do today. I mean, it's just this is insane. I don't understand. I don't understand. But okay, so last night, y'all, I couldn't sleep. And so I clicked on and I saw that Kimmy was live. Now, mind you, I like Kimmy's channel. I do. I think that Kimmy is a beautiful person. Wait a minute. We had those threats when I was attending. However, we knew our classmates called and made fake threats. Right. Exactly, TC. Exactly. Exactly. Even in high school. Okay. And I grew up in an urban area. Okay. And they used to do it in high school. But now, I mean, these are not. Mm-mm. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But okay. Now, let me get to last night. So last night I slid on in Kimmy's chat. I didn't make myself known or anything. I just come through and I listen and, so on and so forth. So I saw Kimmy, Ken, and Diamond Dory. And I believe that Ken had some alcohol and there were some names that were exchanged. I don't know the backstory to this, and that just shows you that I'm out of the beef sector. But thank you, you came in. Now I can mod you now because I've been meaning to do that again. Okay, we'll get to Shantae. Oh, anyway. So I saw that when I saw that live, and I saw the derogatory names that were being thrown out there, such as the B word, black men in the beef sector, black men, my black brothers, my black brothers. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, Lord, we have come a long, long way. Okay, they already talk about how they still call us crabs in a barrel. They talk about how white women are taking our men, and I say take them because we don't want them. If they not for us, they not for us. And as sisters, we don't care. But I am so tired of hearing my black men refer to black women as, and I'm going to just say it, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is a teaching moment. Stop calling black women bitches. When I say that is one of the most derogatory names that you can call us, okay? Back in the day, that was a reason for me to slap the taste out of somebody's mouth. I've come a long way, okay? I've come a very long way. And yes, I used to be a fighter. I don't do that anymore. That was in my younger days. I don't do that anymore, okay? But that word would provoke me, it would anger me so much that was a fight word for me. You could call me a lot of things, okay? And I would laugh. But the B word, that's a dog walking on four legs. People love their dogs more than they do women, humans, black women. The worst thing that you can do is refer to a black woman as a is a bitch. That's the worst thing you can do. Black women, I'm gonna need y'all to stop calling black men your baby daddies because he's the father of your child, not your baby daddy. Okay? Because how would you feel if I'm a child, your child says, well, my mama or my mama or my mother or whatever calls my dad a his baby daddy. But and kids do talk like that. Let's not listen, let's not act like they don't talk like that. They do. They talk in school. Some of the most intimate conversations, and I don't mean it in a sexual way, when kids are at school. That's personal. They're best friends. They talk. Even in first grade. What do you think? If you're not cussing in the house around your kids, who you think where you think your kids learning it from? Because there's some strict parents out here. Okay, my parents were strict, but I learned my dirt from school. We was getting it in. I learned about everything at school. Cussing. Okay, I learned how to drive at school. Liking boys at school. I'm telling you, kids learn everything at school. It begins in the home, but kids are being taught by other kids some of the worst habits at school, but some of the worst habits they're picking up from their peers. And some of those peers can be coming to your houses. Hello, how you doing, miss? How you doing, Miss D? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Blah, blah, blah. They are learning some of the worst, picking up some of the worst habits at school. Let's not act like that is not happening because it is happening. So when you say these things, right? And you can't tell me when I talk like this, I don't talk like this around my kids. It happens innocently, but they hear that. So black men, black men, I'm gonna need you all to stop referring to us as bitches and hoes. I thought a hoe was, what was that thing on that farmers used to dig in the to dig in the ground? That's what I learned in elementary school a hoe was, but not we you know what I'm saying. I mean, of course they taught us in a different way, but when I say I when I learned like the negative version of it, I learned it from my peers. Okay. There were some in school that would talk to their friends like bitch, but they ain't mean no harm. But as you get older, you like, damn, we really was, we was really cutting up. You know, we really, really was cutting up. You know, so I'm just gonna need you all to stop. And I know we said this started out as my vegan journey. Yes, it did. But it ended up going into that because I just wanted to. I don't know who else was there last night. I saw TC, but I did not want to say anything because I wasn't trying to make myself known. But I was just like, y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all have got to be kidding me. We still doing this? This is what we doing? It's 2022. Why are we even arguing about the pettiest stuff? And I do know and I understand that the beef sector is the quickest way to get your numbers up. It's very easy to do it. And I do understand that. I do. But I'm just not willing to sacrifice me. I don't want to be a sacrificial lamb, okay? Just for the sake of a few extra numbers. I'm just not willing to do that. Like I said, I didn't even start out in this sector. I ended up in this sector, and I told y'all the backstory on that, how I ended up in the sector, and it was hell getting out. And I don't want to be back, but every now and then I see certain people come across my screen, but I don't. If you click on it, it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you click on it, it's like putting yourself back in that sector, in that algorithm of the beef sector. And because I don't really discuss beef that is going on within the beef sector, of course, I'm not in there. I'm not with it. But I'm going to need my brothers, my black brothers, my black kings to act like black kings, okay? And to refrain from using certain language. And you notice I haven't called a name. I ain't called one name. And I'm not going to call a name because I still like that person. Do I like that side? No, I do not. But, I don't personally know these people, but I do like the content that they give because they are it, some people in this sector are extremely funny, okay, and they bring it, and their numbers are up because of that. But when I hear the B word over and over and over again, yes, I've been called that. I've been called a bitch before. I've been called a bitch at work numerous times by the same citizens that I used to have to help on a regular basis. So yeah, and I didn't like it then, but I had to refrain. Okay, and there were some people that were way taller than me. I'm not even tall. I'm 5'4". Okay, and there was no way. But I wanted to reach up and slap the taste out of their mouth because I don't think that people realize what that word means. It is a derogatory name to call a black queen. Okay, because we're all queens, regardless. But I'm gonna need my black queens to act as such. all that going back and forth, all that beefing with people. You don't have to do that to get numbers. You can talk about sex and get your numbers up. You don't have to talk about the negative about people in the beef sector. You don't have to do that. You don't have to put out false rumors about people. You don't have to do that. You don't. You really don't. And the disrespect was going back and forth, and it wasn't just coming from a male, it was coming from females too. In the chat is where it goes down. The chat is off the chain. Of course, they was all into it. Of course. And of course, you all know that in the sector, it don't matter what sector it is, you got messy individuals. The chat is where the if you took your time, and if you had a big, let's say you got a big platform, and you are constantly in your comments and you're reading what other people are saying, it is so much negativity that is being spewed, okay, that is, or coming out of the mouths of people, humans, because these aren't bots, these are people. It would make you, if you're not strong, you'd be like, oh, let me log off. If you're not strong or got thick skin, you will want to log off. But to hear that word, I'm just a little tired. I'm tired of hearing women say that, just like I'm tired of hearing women say, and this is something else. If I hear a woman say this, I might drop down in the chat. And I try not to do that. Suck my D. First of all, ma'am, you don't have a D. Yick. I'll say yick. They don't say yick, they say the other. Since when you got one? Or are you a hermaphrodite? Is that what you're telling me? We as a community, we got to stop that. That was like, damn. Y'all really? Y'all going like that? It's like that. Suck my yick. Why? 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 I'm over here, my glasses, my scarf tied around my head, and I'm just like, why? And there's people in the sector. Why? You know how ignorant you sound saying that? Highly. Stop saying that, man. You ain't got one. Why are you even trying to act like the man? Come on. Why? Why are you saying that? That is so ignorant. It don't make you look good. It makes people look at you sideways. And the people that keep saying it, and you want to know where these kids are getting excuse me, I'm trying not to say curse words. I ain't gonna drop it. I ain't gonna do it. Hold up. Shantae said, honestly, my daughter coming home with a tube, I don't know. Mm. And we wonder, they learn so much at school. And you talking like that? I don't have no hate for nobody in this sector, but damn, I'm gonna need y'all to stop it. And these women with kids and they got daughters, just stop it. Stop. And I know your kids in the house when you talking that ish. I'm not gonna cuss today. I refuse to cuss today. Y'all got to stop it. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Yes, and folks saying out loud for the whole world. For the whole world to hear. I'm gonna need y'all to stop doing that. We got to do better as a people. Come on now. We ain't no crabs. It's a sin to even eat crabs. And we over here acting like a crab. Come on now. Stop it. And I'm not preaching, I'm just telling the truth. We got to stop it. Way too much unnecessary aggression. Girl, say it again. Way too much aggression. Way too much. The women in this, TC, the women in the beef sector are some, oh my gosh, they some of the worst, man. They really are. They really are. I saw you in there, and when I saw you say, I'll be right back, I clicked out. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. When I saw you say that, I said, I wonder if she said I was saying to myself, I wonder if she said that because of what she saw. I was just curious. I was curious. But girl, that dad on that live was off the chain last night. That was off the chain. But I have to say this, okay? Miss Kimmy, Miss Kimmy, she handled that quite well. She handled it well. I see that nothing she really doesn't let a lot bother her, especially from the chat or when people come up there. And I also think that he, he was inebriated. He had been drinking. So, when you are drinking, you do say some things that you really don't mean or that you don't like to say. But that line was a lot. I needed a break. Yes. Yes. I literally was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I had to, after I saw that, because then Dory got to disrespecting, because he already they already are on him really hard, and I ain't calling no names because people I don't like how people are on him at times, because that can provoke a person. But I do think that he was doing good with it at first. He was ignoring it. But I think it got to a point where he was like, F that, I'm not ignoring it anymore. And yeah, it went left really, really quick. And I was just like, damn, but he was doing good. And then the liquor started coming. Oh Lord, y'all stop calling each other that name, please. And because your kids hear you talking like that, and nah, because we can't always go outside and go outside or something because if you got little kids, you're gonna talk like that. I mean, not to say you're going to talk like that, but it happens. But I just need y'all to really like just try to exit that from your vocabulary. And this is something else. I don't like to hear black women call black men um fags. I can't stand that. And yeah, I said it. I said it. I I don't use that terminology, but I had to use it just now. I can't stand to hear that. I can't. I can't. I can't stand. And a lot of times people use that terminology because they don't you don't care for the person or you don't like what they say, so that's the first thing you go to. And I ain't calling myself perfect, but I've never done that. I don't do that. That's the one word. That's something that I can honestly say I don't use. I don't use that word. I don't I've I've been in situations, but I've never called a man, black, white, whatever. I've never done that. I've never, well, let me think. No, I haven't. Not that I can remember. No. I can't stand that word. I just can't. I can't take it. So again, Kimmy's live was off the chain. It's like Kimmy just exploded on the scene, man. And she's doing good. She's doing really, really good. Um, I like her temperament. I haven't really heard her get loud and upset. Just a few times I have, but for the most part, I haven't really heard her get loud and upset. Her channel is I actually like it. She goes live. She's to people that thought that Kimmy was not attractive. Kimmy is very pretty. She's beautiful. She really is. So if I don't have to know anyone to shout them out, If you get a chance, please go over. You can go over and look at the live. It's the last, I believe, it's the last live she did. It was late night. It was late last night. It was a panel late last night, and I just so happened to click onto it. Yes, she's pretty. She is. She's very pretty. They can say whatever they want about some of the women in this sector, but I think that she's attractive. I think that she's pretty. I also think that, and it's unfortunate that they've had a falling out. Brianna, I think that Brianna is very attractive. I love when Brianna gets her wigs. What is that? The lace fronts that she gets. I mean, or glueless, whatever. They look amazing. That is something that I love that she does. One day she should, I hope one day soon that she will bring her beautician on and just talk about, the hair, the quality of hair, because that's some good hair that she actually gets. I love it. I love it. She had a pet. Are you serious? How? That was in the wee hours of the morning. She had a panel after that. Oh, Kimmy was getting it last night. Okay, okay. Girl, I couldn't do it. I was out of it. I went to bed, man. After that, I couldn't take it. I could not take it. Now, let me talk about something else that I saw. I'm sure that everyone is very familiar with Nature Boy. Nature Boy and Malia. So Malia got mad, and I'm just gonna, cover this. Like I said, I know that this started off about vegan. If you want, you can go back to the beginning. I gave two recipes. If you would like for me to, you know what? Let me type it in the chat while we're talking. So Malia left. Supposedly Malia is gone. And if you all are not familiar, I'm sure everybody just about is familiar with who Malia is. Okay. So now Malia is jealous when Nature Boy spends time with the other women. Okay. Which is, I don't understand how she can be jealous because didn't you do that to Velvet? So Malia left. Malia, Nature Boy, pushed before she left. They got into it because she was getting jealous. Malia has some serious issues going on, and Nature Boy put his hands on her again. He pushed her down the steps. She left. This is just the short version. She left. She's walking down the street. The women, because these are grown women, these are not young girls. Okay, young girls is 18 and under. These women are in their 20s. Okay, so let's not refer to them as young girls. These are grown women. Some left their children to go and be with this man, and they're not even worried about their children. They just want to be with Nature Boy. They abandoned. You have several women that abandoned their children for this man. Okay. So I don't want to refer to them as they have issues. No, ma'am. They're selfish as FUCK, and they're thinking about themselves. They don't support their children. They have their families taking care of their responsibility. And that's how it's supposed to be. When one can't do it, a family, you're supposed to help your family out and pick up the slack. But these are women that were just thinking about themselves, and they just wanted what they wanted. After that, she went to Quan. Oh, we'll come back to that. You got the tip. She went to Kwani and then she went back. You got to tell me about Kwani. That's another story. So, okay, TC. So she goes and she leads. The women chase after. They chase after her. They start like assaulting her a little bit here and there. From what I understand, she's supposedly not back. She's quote unquote supposedly not back with Nature Boy, but they have this toxic relationship that it would not surprise me if if she is in fact with Nature Boy. Malia is the same one that was hospitalized for some form of disease that she had. I don't know if you all remember. She was in the hospital well over a month. And it said allegedly in the hospital the medication, um, because they saw the chat saw her chart and they snapped a picture of it, that she was taking in the hospital HIV medication. Now I don't know how true that is. I looked at the chart, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But if you go through um, YouTube, you will find, just type in Malia in the hospital, okay, or and you will see from there that Malia was in the hospital, and that several people in the chat, whether it was on Bigo or YouTube or Instagram, I don't know which one, snapped a picture of her chart, and it was not forged, because people that didn't know each other, they did it, and they showed what Malia was in fact taking, and there were people that looked it up, and they Googled the medication, and some of it, they, allegedly was for, allegedly HIV medication. I don't know how true it is. The HIV, of course, is not, it's not a death sentence. But if left untreated, it can turn into, as now, this is not alleged full blown AIDS. So I just pray that Malia and the others, if they are on a regimen, I pray that they are. So yeah, but yes, Malia left. She was assaulted first by Nature Boy. She was pushed down the steps, and then she was assaulted by the women when she was walking down the street. The women came after her and they assaulted her also, and it's just sad because Malia left. She left her children. She left not her children. She has a son. She left her son. She gave, I forgot if it was her sister or her mother, custody. She did. She had. That's why I don't think that it's all when people say that she has mental issues. Because when you think about it, we all got something. You might have an attitude, anger issues, depression. We all suffer from something, whether it's been diagnosed or you notice it's self-diagnosis. But that does not negate the fact that she abandoned her son. She gave him up. Even though it was to a family member, she still gave him up. So let's not forget what she did. Okay. And also, her son's father was her cousin. Well, actually, they call each other sister because they were raised together. So I'm gonna say sister, her sister's boyfriend. So Malia has been in this, out there for quite some time. Malia was also a stripper. So I just don't want to hear that Malia has mental issues, because, yeah, we all have mental issues. But Malia, people try to excuse Malia's issues because Malia plays this role, like, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, and she'll say this, I didn't know, I wasn't in my inner self. She talks that mumbo jumbo BS, that I'm part of Mother Earth and my third eye, and putting that sign on my head. It's like some BS poetry, some poetry that don't make sense. So Malia, yeah, Malia gets the L on a Sunday. Malia, the loser, okay, because Malia has sat up here and done all this crap. And let's also not forget that when Velvet was there, okay, Velvet was going through the same. Velvet just didn't want him to sleep with the other women. Velvet would have still been there today had he just been monogamous with her. That's all she wanted. Velvet had anger issues, and I do believe that her issues were also triggered by Nature Boy. I believe that, because let's go back when Velvet went over there. Velvet went over there with another man, and I know we have gotten off into another subject, but it's just the truth. Velvet went over there with another man, and I forgot. Oh God, I forgot what his name was. And this is just how long we've been keeping up with this, you know. And she ended up dealing, sleeping with Nature Boy. She said that it was like she was wrapped up in his power. Back then, it was other words that she said because she used to talk like him. You know, she used to use the same terminology, the lingo that he would use. So Velvet was in the mess too, in the thick of it. Velvet would leave, come back home, tell people she's not going back, and supporters that are for her that are against Nature Boy, people that didn't want to see her go back, they wanted to see her do it on her own. They gifted her, they gifted her with money, clothes for her children. They did, and Velvet does have a YouTube channel also, everyone. She does have a YouTube channel. So Velvet was in the mess, in the thick of the mess too. And it was just as bad. He used to fight Velvet. Malia was always jealous of Velvet. You could just see it. She used to ooze. I don't think that Velvet was jealous of Malia. She was jealous of the fact. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Velvet was not jealous of the women. She was jealous of the fact that he was paying attention to them. I say that you can't make women, we are not jealous of other women. We're not insecure about other women. It's sometimes it can be the man that's making you insecure about the situation. Y'all, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. It can be the man that is, or the person, or the woman, whatever floats your boat, that makes you insecure about the situation. So I believe that with that being said, that Velvet was insecure about the situation that was going on because he was not faithful to her. He used to sneak off, even when he said, even after they got married. They got legally married. He said he was going to be monogamous. And then he went back and he said, I'm just not a one woman man after she left. Because she left because she couldn't deal with it anymore. And she took her child. And Nature Boy has not seen his daughter since she left. Now, this is the short end of it. Of course, this is not everything, but I'm just giving you all little bits and pieces because I'm sure a lot of you know, again, who Nature Boy is. He is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can call him a demon or beneath that. I don't know. I don't know what to call him, but he is a man on this earth that is just, he's a mess. He's a big mess. So, yes, they assaulted Malia as she was walking down the street. And you can see the full thing. It's like an hour long. It's on a YouTube channel called The T. Let me type it in. It's called The T. So if you're curious, I don't mind shouting out, or putting anybody else's channel out there. Um, but that's for you to know, of course, because I want you to get the correct information, because I could be you leaving something out. But the YouTube channel is called The T, and but they were on live. They were on. I don't know if they were on Bigo or Instagram. I didn't catch the live. I caught the recap, and when I saw that, I was like, "This is nothing new." He has this toxic relationship with um it was with Velvet and Malia. Of course, there were women that were there before them. He was in a relationship when he originally went over to the islands with another woman, but she left. She got out of there. She left him and she jetted, and I don't blame her. But it's a toxic relationship, and they it's like everybody wants to be his number one. Certain ones want to be his number one. So what do? It's like Malia is just, it's like fighting to stay relevant She doesn't want anyone else to come into the house. Whenever someone does, it's always attitude. And Malia, she always talks about how he is not, it's sex. All she wants is sex, sex, sex. That's all she wants. So she gets mad and she'll talk about how he's not giving her sex, he's not doing this, and he's not doing that. And it's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cooking dinner at the same time. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Malia also, I think that Malia personally is a sex addict, if you ask me, because the way it's like everything is surrounding sex with her. He's not having sex with me. He's not doing this with me. He's not doing that. And it's crazy. And that's all she talks about. Like, oh, this is what she said. She said that one of Efru, I think it's Efru, that she was mad that he was giving Efru attention. And it was sexual attention. So Efru said, she was like, in other words, she was like, you get on my nerves. This isn't exactly what she said, but she said, I get the head every now and then, and you get the sex, or you get the yick. And I was like, damn. So she was pretty much saying, I don't even get sex from him because you always complain. And he said yesterday, he was like, you're spoiled. It's like you want me to cater to you and you only. And he keeps telling these women what it is. Like, when you came, I told you, I don't want to be with just one woman. I want to be with multiple women. He told them before they went, and they knew what they were getting into before they went over there. But everyone went over there. They still decided to go, and still wanted to be a part of this man. And I think that, and even though they were not teenagers, let me stress that again, these were young women. Okay. He had a young white girl over there when they were in the islands. But the difference is her family contacted the authorities, the police, the FBI. They got her up out of there. And you really don't hear anything about her. If I can, oh God, if I can find the link, I will share it. But these women go over there and they know exactly what it is that they're getting into. But everybody wants to change this demon. Everybody wants to change him. Like, okay, well, he'll change for me. He's not going to change women, young ladies, even though they don't act like that. But he's not going to change. He is who he is. He let it be known before they got over there. Everyone has an opportunity to watch him. Not even an opportunity. These people watch him before they go. And the men, they know what they're getting into. You've had men that have left him, right? And they went back because they didn't want to deal with the real world. When you got somebody, okay, taking charge, telling you what to do, you get to eat for free, you don't have to go to work. The most work that they do is on the internet. And I do chalk it up to some of them being lazy. They don't want to deal with responsibilities. So to say that all of these people, they have mental issues, hell no. It's not all about it's not everything. It's not a mental issue. Because like I said, we all suffer from something. I believe when I was on that job that mine was anger. And that is because of what I had to deal with each and every single day. And I was dealing with people that did not want to change. They didn't want to change their story. Everybody had a bad ending because they didn't want to change the story. The story started out when they came, and when they grew up, they didn't want to change who they are. So yeah, I do believe that They went over there and they knew exactly what it was that they were getting into. Again, they just thought that they could change this man, but there was no way. There was no change. Okay. Nature Boy has been who he is for years. Okay. He's been who he is for years. How do you expect to change someone that isn't interested in changing? He's made that quite clear. He thinks that he's fine. He doesn't want to change. So the thing, it just so happens Velvet had his baby, and there are women there that have been sleeping with him unprotected, of course, for years, and they don't get pregnant. And some that do, he gives them this concoction to stop them, to make them pass the baby through. In other words, we'll just say that they don't even want babies with him. And I really think that he doesn't want babies with them. He doesn't look at them as good enough, but he looks at them as, okay, well, I can sleep with them every day, but I don't want no kids with them. And he got numerous kids out here. I think he has three or four, two or three boys and one girl. So I don't want anybody giving. Hold on. What you say? That boy is not going. No, he's not going to change. But everybody, they go over there, and I do believe in their minds they're listening to the BS that he talks, right? And Nature Boy he is also on Bigo, and he gets paid on Bigo. He is under an agency on Bigo, and people actually, he got a following on Bigo on Instagram. He has a big following on Instagram, but he also has a big following on Bigo. And I'm talking about women who knew nothing about him, but they're just so taken by the BS that he spits out of his mouth, and I call them weak, the weak sisters, or they talk about the knowledge, the knowledge. What knowledge? There is no knowledge in what you're talking. It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. We're aliens. We're this. It's like he said it so much that these idiots actually believe it. You got to be a weak MFer to sit up, watch this fool, okay, and believe that there's any truth in what he is saying. Oh, we don't have disease. We can cure, our bodies will cure themselves. He put out that Velvet has herpes. He said it. Velvet has herpes. He said Velvet came over there with herpes. Now, I told y'all, that's how long a lot of us have reported him. But I think, I think with the government, and it's not on a local police department, it's on a government level. I think that the government, just like they do with kingpins, or people that are white collar crimes, they let you do it to a certain point. So they know all about him, but they're letting him do it. They're letting him continue to do it because he's committed all kinds of crimes. I mean, under what he's done, and at the islands, I mean, he should have been locked up. He got locked up. What was that? Was it in Puerto Rico? I can't remember. One time, and he was there for a month. And what did they do? They did everything in their power to get this man out. But again, yes, he is on Bigo. This clown, he's on Bigo. He's still spitting the same BS that he's been spitting. And these people know what he is about. But of course, I'm part of the movement. They're part of the movement. They don't want to do anything about this situation. So it's nothing that we can do in this case, but keep reporting him, because I don't think he goes live like that much on YouTube, but he does have a YouTube channel. I mean, these women, if they had all of these mental issues, they have common sense enough to go out here and solicit money. I mean, by hook or crook, they'll go out here and sell themselves. They used to sell themselves in Port. I think it was Puerto Rico. They would do anything to get money. Velvet is very talented. Velvet, I don't know if it was bracelets, but quite a few of them are very talented. They paint, they do a host of things to get money. They was filling out paperwork. They was getting PPP loans. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that. They were getting PPP loans. So yeah, don't let's not put that mental piece on everyone. You know, there are some people that do have mental issues. There are. And there are just some people that are just effing stupid. And they know better. Efru, Efru was absolutely drop dead gorgeous. It's like night and day. They don't even and they're just in their 20s and they've aged so much, you know? But yeah, that's about it. I told y'all this started out about my vegan journey and me being vegan, it's still good. Things are still working out. Um I will when I end this live in the comments, I will put in the description, I will put chickpea patties, the recipe that I use for chickpea patties. And I challenge anyone, just make them. No, they're not going to stay together. I don't know why mine don't stay together. I have no idea. I don't. I didn't put breadcrumbs. I don't add anything like that. But anyway, they are so good. And you get some good old honey mustard. Lord, baby, you talking about something good. That's something good. So that's about it, you all. I'm logging out because I have to finish cooking and putting the sheets on the bed. But I love everyone. Congratulations. Yes, on my vegan journey. I'm doing really good. Really good. If you all would like to, we can listen to some of his old rants. If y'all would like to do that when I go live again, let me know. If you are not familiar again with Nature Boy, just type in Nature Boy. Type in Nature Boy and Velvet. And that's where it began. Nature, like I said, he was over there with someone else, but when the real mess came out, it was with Velvet. They were toxic as hell for each other. He used to fight her, and she would fight him right back. So type in Nature Boy and Velvet, and you will see, and you can start there. And I might come back, what is that, a little later and do another description or let you all listen to it because I can't, unless that laptop is so stupid acting. I would screen share, but it just does not act right. So, okay. With that being said, I'm gone, y'all. Love y'all, my beautiful people. And I will put that chickpea recipe in the description when I leave. Bye bye.